I used to think that once you had a baby, people would soften toward you. That somehow, seeing new life would melt even the hardest heart. But I was wrong. When I came home with my son in my arms, the house felt colder than before. My siblings, the ones who used to run into my arms when I returned from school, now stood at a distance. They whispered among themselves, stealing glances at me and the bundle in my arms. Their eyes carried questions they were too afraid to ask out loud. The light they once saw in me had dimmed, and I could feel their disappointment pressing against my skin like thorns. Grandma did not make things easier. She did not even want the baby inside the house. Whenever rain clouds gathered and I rushed to shield him, she would say, "Leave him. Let the sky decide." My arms would tremble as I held him tighter, because I knew if I let go, no one else would hold him. She never called him by name. She never even called him a child. To her, he was only that one. The village was worse. The news spread faster than the wind that carries smoke. They said I had been cursed. They said my son was a bad omen. Women at the well would stop talking when I approached, their eyes darting to his skin. Men who once greeted me now looked away as though my shadow carried shame. Children laughed and called him the blackest boy, their voices sharp like knives. Every step I took outside the house felt like walking naked in a crowd. At home, hunger gnawed at us. Grandma had made a rule: no food was to be cooked during the day. My siblings went to school and only ate when they returned. That left me and my son to sit in silence, listening to the rumble of my stomach and his helpless cries. I tried to soothe him with lullabies, but a song cannot fill an empty belly. Sometimes, I plucked wild fruits from the bushes, small bitter ones. They were not meant for babies, but I had no milk left to give him. His little mouth would clamp down, and he would swallow. My heart broke each time, knowing I was forcing him to taste bitterness long before sweetness. Nights were the hardest. The heart was silent except for his cries. I held him close, rocking him until my arms ached. My tears would fall onto his tiny forehead as I whispered promises: "I will not let you die. I will not let them take you from me." But the whispers kept growing. Some said Grandma was looking for people who could take him away, maybe even buy him. My uncle intervened once, his voice firm, saying it was wrong. But how many times could he stop it? I slept light, afraid that one day I would wake up and my baby would be gone. And still, somehow, morning always came. Each sunrise painted the world gold, and for a few moments the air felt lighter. I would look at my son, his tiny chest rising and falling, and I told myself, if he breathes, I must keep moving. Life gave me nothing, but his breath became my reason to keep fighting.